Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitriana Rakma. I am from English Department, the 5th semester. Okay, in this opportunity, I would like to explain about the history and scope of pronunciation teaching. Okay, the first, what is pronunciation? Clearly said, pronunciation is one of area of foreign language teaching, so that there are many methods that the teacher used to teaching pronunciation. From time to time, there are many methods, but in modern area, there are two general methods to teaching pronunciation. The first is the imitating and inviting teaching, and the next time, what method that teacher use? The first time is in the late 1800 and early 1900. In this time, there are two methods that teacher use to teaching pronunciation. But before that, I want to say, teachers say that to teaching pronunciation is more easy than to teach about grammar and vocabulary, or to teach grammar and vocabulary more difficult than teach pronunciation. But however, to teach pronunciation must give some method. Okay, the time in the late 1800 and early 1900, there are two methods to teach pronunciation. The first method is the direct method. Direct method is especially give more influence because the direct method has give to observe about the linguistic, the children and the adult. And the second is naturalistic method. And the time there are more movement is okay. There are more movement. In this time, teach about linguistically and analytically. So, to teach pronunciation, there are many tips. The first is solve the talk first. So, the teacher must talk the pronunciation first. And the next is solve the apply. After talk or teach, student must apply it or application about the pronunciation. And the next is training in phonetic. And the next, learners should be given phonetic training. Okay. This about if we teach a pronunciation, should be given phonetic training. Okay, next is the 1940 and 1950. In this time, there are two methods that the teacher use to teach pronunciation is audiolingual and oral approach. And the next is the 1960. In this time, cognitive approach is one of method in this time. Strongly favored grammar and vocabulary instead of pronunciation teaching. And the next is the 1917. In this time, there are two methods to teach pronunciation. The first is silent way. In silent way, teacher use like give a color of the pronunciation. And the next is community language teaching. So next, pronunciation teaching today. To teach the modern era or this time to teach pronunciation is use CLT or communicative approach. This is a general method from this method. So there are seven media or 10 way to teach pronunciation. The first is listen and imitate. Listen is and imitate as and direct method teaching. And the next is phonetic training. Phonetic training is organizing from the form movement way in four words with phonetic transcriptions. The third is minimal fair. Minimal fair is as in an audiolingual method and oral method. And the next is contextual minimal fair. Contextual minimal fair. Contextual minimal fair is there is place within context that requires students to respond with answer. And the next is visual aids. Visual aids is a silent method why teacher give. And the next is tongue twister, development approximation, practice of vowel shifts and start shifts, and reading aloud. And the last is recordings of learner. I think that's all about the story and scope of pronunciation teaching. I want to say thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.